Welcome back. 22 people have died in a deadly avalanche at Mount Everest. The avalanche struck at both Camp 1 and 2. Several bodies are still feared trapped at the Everest. And at this critical juncture, leading by example is the Indian Army. The Army has intensified its expeditions in the area and rescued 61 mountaineers from 18,000 feet altitude. Now, Headlines Today spoke to mountaineer Shekhar Babu, who was stranded at the Himalayan base station a while ago. Let's listen in.
We are on actually a north side, which is Chinese side of Everest. Here also we said yesterday 3 times and today afternoon 1 time, almost 4 times we have felt the earthquake. Yesterday was much stronger. At that time, a couple of my team members were sitting in 22,000 feet. Presently, we are in 18,000 feet. So, there are a lot of rock falls, avalanches here, but they didn't touch either 22,000 feet camp or the camp which is at 18,000 feet. So, there are not much damages this side, the Chinese side, the north side of Everest, compared to south side. But still, we have called off all the teams down to base camp from 22,000 feet, and today morning there are about 150 climbers from all over the country who are trying to climb Everest from north side. They have been descended to 18,000 feet. Whereas this 18,000 feet area, which we call as the base camp, is an open ground, which is something like, which is equal to 10 football grounds.
Right.
It is such a huge open area. This we felt the safest place to camp and stay here.
Right.
While for us to return also, the road which is between Zangmu and Nyalam, by which we have to drive, the road is also being broken due to yesterday's earthquake. So we are just here at the base camp because we have prepared for our 60 days expedition. So almost all expedition teams are sufficiently has all the logistics, whatever are required. We all came together and we worked together to bring all the people who are at 20,000 feet.
There are reports of massive destruction at the base camp and devastation at Camp 1 of the Mount Everest after fresh tremors and an avalanche. With me is Major General Shaukin Chauhan, Additional Director General at the Army Headquarters. General, there is an Indian Army Everest expedition team in this area. Is our team safe?
Yes, our team is safe, and we are happy to inform you that all members of our team are absolutely safe and unhurt.
General, the Indian Army team was at Khumba Falls, Ice Falls area yesterday carrying out an exercise when the first avalanche came. They've recovered some bodies and rescued some people. What can you tell us about that?
Immediately as they returned to the base camp, they saw the scale of devastation that had taken place. And regardless of their own personal safety, our expedition immediately launched a rescue attempt. And during the rescue attempt, they were able to evacuate safely and alive 61 injured mountaineers. In addition, we were able to evacuate 19 dead bodies of foreign mountaineers. And we shall continue doing all and carrying out all efforts so as to ensure that all mountaineers that we can evacuate will be evacuated.
Now, Nepal has suffered its worst calamity in 80 years with massive destruction to life and property. Historic Pashupatinath temple has survived the nature's wrath. Manogya Loiwal reports from Ground Zero.
Destruction, death and damage. A visual evidence of nature's wrath everywhere. An earthquake leaving a trail of destruction behind. But this iconic Pashupatinath temple has survived nature's fury. With very little damage, the holy shrine has also become a shelter for many at this testing time.
If you have ever had belief in the supernatural power, this is one of the stories to believe in. Perhaps the temple of Pashupatinath in Nepal, in Kathmandu, has not suffered a single damage as far as the main deity idol is concerned and as far as the temple is concerned. However, just 50 meters away from the temple, there has been a huge damage to the building. There has been a lot of damage to the premises. But besides that, there has been no damage to the main temple, that is the Garbhagriha of the temple, which is perhaps the most important area where the idol is kept. But talking to the people on what do they feel about it and how much faith do they have, because most of them have gathered in here not to visit or worship the deity, but to sit and feel safe in this zone. क्या कारण है, आप क्या क्यों आए हैं यहाँ पर?
हमें यहाँ पूरी सेफ्टी लगती है भगवान पशुपतिनाथ मंदिर में।
मंदिर में आके नेचुरली हमें थोड़ा सा दिल को सुकून भी मिलता है। मंदिर के अंदर बहुत ही हमें अच्छा लगा और बाहर जितना भी डैमेज हुआ है पर मंदिर को कुछ भी नहीं हुआ। अंदर हम दोबारा अभी देख के आए हैं, बिल्कुल ठीक है, सभी दीवारें, सभी मूर्तियां सब बिल्कुल ठीक है।
खुद को भी सुरक्षित पाते हैं आप?
बिल्कुल सुरक्षित पाते हैं मंदिर में।
Perhaps a system of belief and the feeling of feeling safe is most important when it comes to these aftershocks that have been revisiting the horror as far as Kathmandu and Nepal is concerned. There have been complete aftershocks for Nepal's last 24 hours, and that has kept them tensed. Most of them have been sitting here for several hours and have been waiting to return to their homes. Only the faith and the belief in the supernatural power has kept them going. With camera person Tapas Berry, this is Manogya Loiwal in Kathmandu for Headlines Today.
And Manogya is also sending us his latest ground report. Let's listen in.
Well, we also faced the aftershocks in the morning also, and at around 6 o'clock, and this would also suffice to the reason that it's not just about the aftershocks, but also the feeling and the fear factor that has been there in the people here. Let's talk to Rahul Kamal. Rahul, give us an idea. It was almost a sleepless night yesterday again.
Oh, absolutely, because it's practically impossible to sleep when you're plagued by the fear of aftershocks, and these aftershocks sometimes they're just psychological, sometimes they're for real, and it makes it impossible for anyone to sleep. I saw lots of people pacing up and down when I was looking out of my window. The hotel had given very strict instructions for people not to be in their rooms. They wanted all the people to be out in the common areas, out in the front lawns. They'd laid out mattresses. They wanted people to stay there. They felt it was simply too risky for people to be in their rooms through the night. And there were some aftershocks. There was a relatively big one early in the morning, and a very fitful night for people, very tense. Still, we're seeing now the first signs of people beginning to piece their lives together. Some shops opening over here, they were shut all through yesterday. People beginning to take stock of the challenges that now confront them. Today is a day where the weather, if I can just get the camera person to show us the sky, please, just show us the sky so we can sense that the weather is slightly better. There's still a dense amount of cloud cover, but the weather is still better than yesterday, and that really is crucial for all the rescue material that's being sent from world over to be able to land in Kathmandu, Manogya. And we know that, for example, 2 Israeli hospitals are being brought here. Army units coming with these hospitals. American relief is on its way. But most important is their ability to land. Fortunately now, because the weather is clear, they have that window of opportunity to be able to land.
And also, Rahul, giving an idea on the rescue operations will be far better today, because not just more teams are being pitched in, but also the fact that there will be more people who will be able to work under the sun today rather than the rain.
But I was speaking to the DG of NDRF early this morning, and his big concern was that as the hours lapse, it becomes that much more difficult to be able to extricate people alive, because that opportunity is most prominent just in the first 24 to 48 hours. As the time lapses, even if there are people who may have been alive in the immediate aftermath of the earthquake, the chances of being able to pull them out recede. The NDRF teams are here. There are 10 teams that have already been deployed. They're traveling all across the Kathmandu Valley, seeing where is there the maximum need to try and help people. But these people don't have earth-moving equipment with them. For that, they're relying on the local government. I spoke to Mahinda Rijal, who's the INB minister, just a short while before now. He's saying that they're trying to coordinate. Naturally, their families have been hit. Their staffers have been hit as well. So it's difficult for them to be able to mount the operation in the way that they want. But so it requires a lot of precision teamwork, which is difficult to put together under these circumstances.
Well, absolutely difficult for our team also to work, and I would like to highlight that we have been living and staying not in our rooms in the hotels because nothing is being provided. We too have been asked to stay outdoors all night, but still we continue to report, and you matter here.